Welcome to episode 2 of My Favorite Albums. I thought the next time I was going to do one of these, it would be for Ailstorm's No Grave But the Sea, but this one just came out and it stole my attention because it's so exciting, it's so much fun, and I wanted to get to it while I'm still really hyped up about it. This is Necrogoblin's Welcome to Bonkers. So I'm in the middle of moving my little economy studio to a different room of the house, but no one cares. Necrogoblicon is an American melodic death metal band, apparently, according to Wikipedia, and they were formed in 2006. Welcome to Bonkers is 11 tracks long and clocks in at 41 minutes, and that's basically all I have to say about the band. Oh, they also have a Goblin hype man who jumps around on stage, so that's pretty cool, but damn, just imagine how sweaty it gets under that mask. I saw these guys open for Ailstorm, ironically, in Boise. See, that's the thing about Boise, actually. If you can convince bands to come here, it's a really personal experience. A couple weeks ago, I saw Avatar's headline show, and they were like right in front of me. But at the Ailstorm show, there was only like 40 people, so they probably came out net negative, and I don't think they're coming back here anytime soon, which is unfortunate. That leads into a better story for the next review, though. Honestly, I really wasn't into this band earlier, especially when I saw them live, and I wouldn't approach this band looking for great vocals, especially if you're not into the unclean stuff. But once you realize that all these tracks make incredible instrumental songs just by themselves, and that the vocals are kind of dressings on top, then you can really start to appreciate them a lot more. For the sake of this review, I should point out that I'm typically not a huge fan of the unclean stuff, so this album doesn't seem like an obvious choice for me to kind of fall in love with. But in recent years, I've come to appreciate them a lot more, especially when you combine it with clean stuff, so you get more tension release feels. But also, what this band specializes in is having really complex guitar leads and stuff like that through choruses, using instruments to fill out a lot of the melodies that a vocalist typically would. And so you can end up with really complex stuff going on, but they don't have to worry about having a melody for the singer to hold at the same time. Sounds like they can also cram in a lot more lyrics too, so that's interesting because it's a fun little experiment they're doing. So the music video for Dressed Like Goblins, their first single off this album, got passed around. I got my hands on it, thought it was pretty hilarious. You should totally check it out. I'll link it below. The rest of the album hadn't come out yet, so I started going back to listening to Heavy Meta, their previous album. I fell in love with the song Full Body Explosion. You should check that one out too. And then when the new album came out, I was pretty excited to go listen to it, and it really blew me away. There's always something interesting going on, much like I said about the last album, but it holds true here too. So on to the songs. The first track is Mold, and this one kicks off immediately. Something doesn't feel right. They're really good at these kind of uncomfortable feel riffs. Then at 45 seconds, there's like these group ascending vocals over this little pre-chorus part into a chorus that has super tight guitars with clean vocals, which is they probably do that 1 out of 4 songs for the chorus, so it's pretty nice. It's easy to let all these elements just wash over you, but when you start paying attention to all the little details for all these songs, really, it's really awesome. I don't know what the song is about. Is it about mold? I don't know, and I don't care that much. I have one of my coworkers complain to me a lot. I am a software developer by day, which means I can pretty much listen to music around the clock, which is awesome. But complained to me that the lyrics of a lot of Necrogoblin stuff kind of ruins it for him, and I disagree. The drums are amazing through this whole album, but also on this song. And then at about 2 minutes and 20 seconds, you get some of this keyboard stuff snuck in there that makes it really special. And then at the end of the song, there's this weird little whimsical little spider thing going on. I don't know, you should listen to it. You should listen to the whole album right now, but it was a fun little thing added on there. I don't know, I liked it. Track 2, The Many Faces of Dr. Hubert Malabek. I think that's how you pronounce it. This is maybe my favorite track. Maybe Dressed Like Goblins also. They're both incredible. Kicks off with an offbeat piano run, and then has a super fast verse straight into the chorus where you get your first example of the, Goblin vocals over a super melodic chorus that this band is so good at doing. And I love how they do that with the guitar kind of running the melody line through the chorus. It's kind of the same thing they did in Full Body Explosion that makes that song really special too. Then in the next verse, yes sir, no sir, thank you ma'am. And it's gang vocaled on there. That line in particular, like, I don't know, it just makes me smile thinking about it. I think the song is about, slowly going crazy every day, going through the grind, but having to bottle up all your emotions and put on the face and just, grind another one out. I could be totally off on that, but that's what I choose to take away from it. I love how occasionally they accent stuff with what sounds like maybe a low bell, like a gong type sound, and then sick solo, both on guitars and keyboards, and a brutal breakdown. Track 3, Row. This one opens with like the whole controlled chaos feel for about 30 seconds, and pretty cool rhythms, and then it kind of goes into a walking bass line. Then you're straight into this just massive chorus. Kind of the backing vocals are sort of what drives the melody at first, but then you get the guitars and keyboards for the second half of it. This song just assaults you with so many different ideas so fast. The album's only 41 minutes long, but it's just jam crammed with like these cool ideas littered all over the place. Then 2 minutes in, you get this really relaxed feel with kind of a synth lead, and these guys are really good with the whole tension release thing. But yeah, super brutal song up until that point, and then it's, ease off a bit. Super, super crushing chorus in this song, though. It's track 4, Dressed as Goblins. I love the drums. I love how insane they are in this song. If you only have time to listen to one song by the band, I would suggest this one just because it's probably the most representative of how awesome they can be at their best. Not as much cleans in this song as a lot of their other content, but it's still just really awesome. And I love how both times they get to the chorus section, the part that I consider the chorus, the first time they use a totally different lead, totally different feel under the vocals, and the second time through, that's the one that got stuck in my head for so long, where they take that and go into a solo and then go into like a brief clean section. That riff they're playing under there is just so good. And the other thing about this band is they're not afraid at all to show you a really cool idea and only do it once. You have to click back and listen to it again over and over if you want to get, more of that fixed. The solo in this song is also really cool. Not insanely complex, but fits it really, really well. And again, the drums are just nuts. And that's, something I got to get better at, because I MIDI out a bunch of drums when I'm demoing songs at first before showing them to the members of my band, and I just got to figure out to get more crazy with it like that, because, sometimes stuff gets really static when you just start laying guitar over the same chugging, double bass run. Track 5, Dragons. This one starts with a really cool video game style synth intro into offbeat piano into some more deranged sounding chords. There's this awesome synth lead with a pre-chorus, and then another chorus where the guitars are kind of driving the melody and the Goblin vocals are taking over. More of the whimsical vocals about a dragon ripping you to shreds. So it sounds interesting because, it has a lot of the more groove feel for the pre-chorus and chorus section, but then keeps dropping back into an offbeat feel for the verse part, more of the typical Goblin metal style, I guess. And then there's a pretty cool, clean synth outro, too. Track 6, Thanks for Nothing Moon. The song opens with a cool, rhythmic, groovy feel, and then into another one of the clean choruses. I like this song a lot. It has more of the cool synth leads over the chorus, and then it has some of those really special, ghastly choral vocals, floating above everything. And then at about 1 minute and 45 seconds in, you get like this, maybe it's a harpsichord? That's kind of what it sounds like to me. I wish it lasted longer because it was so short and it was very awesome. Another time where they give you something really cool just one time. Although you do get like a metal version of this one at the end, I think. Sounds really similar anyway. Track 7, The Skin Thief. Here we go. This one is just brutal. I think in the chorus, is this what the kids call death metal or black metal these days? Those drums are just so blasting. I love the strings they have going on over it. And then, of course, you get the offbeat Goblin metal bridge. Actually, in hindsight, I don't even think it's offbeat. It's like, I had to go back and listen to it. It's like a 3/4, waltz feel almost. Who does this? Track 8, Darkness. Darkness. Another cool offbeat feel with sweeping synths into a clean pre-chorus and then a chorus with clean guitar. The synth sliding around in the chorus really drives this one. It's just another cool, goofy song. And then they have a power metal bridge at about 2 minutes and 30 seconds with clean vocals. It's really showing a variety in this album of awesome stuff. And see, this band is so interesting with their arrangement of parts. You know, I love the soft feel before the end of this one, before the end jam out, because like it really makes you feel like anguish or like pain almost. I don't know. Whatever the note choices they're using, it brings out a lot of emotion in me, and I really like it. Track 6, The Magic Spider. Now, if you have hated every song up to this point, and you've actually been listening to every song up to this point, that's incredible, but give this song a try. Super piano heavy on this one, very clean heavy on this one, and then when the guitars come in heavy for the chorus part or the verse part, depending on which way you count it, man, it's good. Then you get kind of a typical Necro Goblo part for a bit. I guess you call that like a bridge or something, but then the song just keeps on jamming for a while. More of that piano lead. I love the time signatures used here and the drums matching up with it. It's really cool. And then you just end up with a tropical island feel after all that, which, you know, who saw that coming? Seriously, this album is probably going to really inspire me a lot. It's got so much stuff in it. Track 10, Killing Time and Space. This one has like a hillbilly intro. It has a really melodic verse, really chugging guitars. I love the strings in the background, and that guitar riff in the chorus is really sweet. I know you're probably getting sick of me talking about like the guitar riff in the chorus, right? But that's what the band's so good at, you know, so I just point it out when I hear it. There's a really demented sounding solo with a really powerful, awesome piano run following it. And then the last pre-chorus has maybe like an accordion? It's kind of what it sounds like to me. Man. Last track, Goblins, opens with piano. This one's a ballad. You know, it's very similar to the last album I reviewed, where they have this, you know, slow jam out to end the album that really puts a nice cap on the end of it. I think it's all clean vocals, and it's, you know, super groovy. And it builds a lot over time, and then ends with a pretty cool, chuggy, you know, heavier feel. Not too much else to comment on this one. It's just, you know, good end piece. So at this point, I definitely say that my favorite song is either Dressed Like Goblins or The Many Faces. Go back and forth on that, I'm not sure. I know Brandon, other guitarist in the band, his favorite song was Dragons because of all the video game nostalgia he got listening to it. So, but there's a lot of good content on here. The album definitely gets an A+ from me, and it's definitely one that you can just listen to on repeat for a while. You know, I have been for the last week or so. I am riding on the hype train right now, but it's super fresh. It's just a lot of stuff you don't hear anywhere else. At least I don't. We haven't done any covers on the Paradigm channel yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if we tried doing a Necrogoblicon one more in our style in the future. So let me know in the comments if you agree with me on this review, / you know, gush, rant, whatever, and what song you'd like to see us cover in the future, Necrogoblicon or not. We're really trying to get to 100 subs this year so that we can get our custom URL because, you know, goals, you gotta start somewhere, right? And so if you click the subscribe button, that'd be awesome. And if you never want to hear another update from me again, then don't click the bell button. Our 4th track, The Reckoning, should be out later this month since we're doing one original track per month for 2018. So, you know, go ahead and swing back in a couple weeks to see if that's uploaded, especially if you're one of the people who didn't click the bell, because then you won't know. So, yep. Peace.